I'll try not to keep looking outside, but I might see a piece of patio furniture flying by. Okay, everyone, so it's Sunday, May 11th. I am Lisa Harden, coming to you live from, as I said, a blustery. What it means is that I sell all the beautiful products I'm going to be using with you today to make some fun cards. And we have 1,000 more things in the Stampin' Up! Shop, so don't worry. We'll find something for you. We have something for every budget, every skill level, every interest. Okay, so if at any time you have any questions about what I offer, as in the comments below, we will talk about a couple of things. But today we're mostly just going to play with this beautiful new bundle called Coneflower. Whoa, just a minute. Oh my gosh, the screen. Watching from North Dakota where it's hot. Well, I think tomorrow, and so I'm sure that's why the wind is blowing in at the beginning of May before Mother's Day. So, we'll take what we get, but all the flowers are still. Jenny, very nice to see you. So do either of you have Coneflower celebrations yet? Are you interested? Okay. Sorry guys, I hope we're still here. Technical difficulties, internet difficulties with the weather, I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going to get started, okay? So we're playing with something new from the new annual catalog, which just went live May 6th. This bundle was not available to demonstrators as part of the pre-order, so nobody's had it much since May 7th at most, okay? But it's on page 82, Coneflower Celebration Bundle, and here are 3 beautiful ideas. And it's got some different pieces and parts. Hi, Judy. Okay. Yeah, sorry. It froze. Story of my life. And so anyway, this looks really pretty. I'm going to take a few notes from these cards that they've made for us. But as usual, we're going to go off on a tangent. Okay. So let's take a moment to look at these sentiments because I think they're really great. Of course, there's this huge coneflower. Isn't that neat? I'm going to pull up a picture once we get started here of a couple of different images. Hello, Kim. Yeah, Facebook was freezing for me too, and hopefully it's better for everybody, but we're having some issues here, I think. Anyway, so thanks for letting everybody know. There's a happy belated birthday. You made my day. It's your day. Thank you. Celebrating you. I'm sorry I missed your special day. Let's extend the celebration. Who can't use that? I think that's a great way to say, I missed sending your card. I love that I've known you for so many birthdays. I like that. And I don't think we've had a sentiment like that before. And I think that's so clever and cute. And so here's the stem, and then leaves, and a butterfly, and then a cool little textural piece. We have lots of things that are similar to this, but of course they're always just a little bit different. So we will stamp that for sure and take a look at it. And then in the dies, there are 10 dies. Now this is the clever one. We also have a butterfly set. You guys, is it Bokeh Butterfly? That has where you can make a shaped card like this, and it kind of looks like this, frankly, sideways, but this is actually the coneflower shape, and I did cut that out for our first card, and so it makes a shaped, well, essentially a card, right? But it could also be kind of a wonky butterfly, but still it doesn't look too bad for that. So this is the shaped die, and then we have this textural piece. I cut this out with adhesive sheet, and I would recommend it because again, we've got several pieces on the petals here where it cuts clear through the paper, which makes it difficult to use other adhesives, but no worries because we have adhesive sheet, which essentially turns any of these into a sticker. All right, we have some leaf detail and some leaf outlines. We have the very tall, prominent, I don't know, it's the top of the coneflower. That's kind of that's how you can recognize a coneflower, right? And then the stem, which we have a stamp for right here. We have the leaves. Okay, we have the butterfly. And I think that's it. Now, if you wanted to just stamp this and die cut it, you would just use this. These show at 80%. So you would stamp this very large, and then you could just die cut it by using one side of the die. And I'm sure we'll do that too. Okay. Oh, I'm running out of go-go juice. I've been going all weekend. And once I sat down, I was like, oh my gosh. So probably good for you. I'm going to act like a normal person today because I have low energy. Okay. So I know, Jean, I was frozen in my circle, wasn't I? All I hope for when I'm frozen is that I don't freeze like, or something too odd. But you know, you always look really weird and it just won't go away. And so anyway, that's the fun part of a live. You just never know. Okay, let's just get into it, all right? I need some warm up. I know this will give me a little energy. Probably, let's see here. Oh, and happy Mother's Day to all ladies. Today, I was lucky enough to take my mom, her husband, and my youngest brother. We met for brunch, really turned into brunch this morning, and had a really nice time. And then I came back home, but yeah, we had a nice breakfast, and I got her some gorgeous peonies, however you want to, whatever you want to call them. See how this is going to shape up here. And so anyway, at Trader Joe's, it's like a story I told last year, right? At Trader Joe's, I fell in love with the peony. And so this year, thank goodness, they brought in so many beautiful, well, I'll take a picture of mine. Of course, I got some for myself too. I'll take a picture of mine when they bloom. But they were like a golf ball. The buds look like a golf ball. That's how big they are. And of course, I got 25 to split between me and my mother. And I don't know. I told my mom, you better put these in a bigger vase because they just look so weighted and heavy. She may have to put supports on it. She thought it was a plant to sink in the ground. And I was like, no, it's cut flowers. She's like, oh my gosh. So anyway, they're just so impressive. And they're $2 a stem, which, you know, I know everything used to be cheaper. But guess what? That's the name of the game. And anyway, so it's a lot of flower. It's a lot of bang for your buck. And so anyway, that was really fun. And of course, I love coneflowers. They are a perennial here, but they can die off, which is a little annoying because sometimes they get going and they look so beautiful, and then they don't come back. But how about in your area? And they're like, scientific name is echinacea. They have a lot of homeopathic uses for echinacea as well. I think cold relief, right? I think I see it in some types of homeopathic cold remedies. So got lots of good stuff in it. And from a visual standpoint, it has they have lots of different colors. There was one that I definitely thought looked like fresh freesia, so I was able to grab that. I am cutting the stem out of Granny Apple Green, okay, as I did with some leaf images. I got us a little bit ahead of the game. Now, the card base is Lemon Lolly, and where are these? There we go. So the card base is Lemon Lolly. I cut this out in Daffodil Delight. I cut it out also in Darling Duckling. I didn't really like that one. I know, it's not a huge difference. But really, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both of these and I'm going to knock the color down a little bit with probably pecan pie. And let me pull up an actual image and I'll show you why. Because Coneflower. Okay, let me get you back and let's take a look at this real quick and I'll show you. Now look at all of those. Are they not gorgeous? But this one that's like in the middle, Burpee Echinacea purple coneflower seeds. That's where I was taking my inspiration. And as you can see on all of them, this centerpiece that sticks up from the rest of the petals, it has a fair amount of brown, reddish brown. What I was really thinking of was our color cinnamon cider, but we don't have that. So it's so funny how these things come back into your mind and then you're like, I don't know, was that right? Was that close or not? But in any case, we're gonna dull the lower edge just a little bit. There we go. Yes. And so if you look like in the picture that's they're called pretty parasols. They're white petals in the upper right. You can see like where this top piece meets the petals. It's kind of darker. So back down here, you can see that I am working my magic. If that's magic, it's not really magic. It's just ink blending. And so I wanted to do that. I thought it would be kind of fun. Now, I'm also going to just take a couple of minutes and do the same thing with fresh freesia. I think we can really bring these flat pieces of cardstock to life a little bit simply by adding some of the same color. Hello, Amy and Trish. How's it going? To relieve no energy for me, you drink or smoke. Please don't smoke the Stamping Zoo. We're a no smoking establishment, but you may drink a glass of Stamping Zoo. Oh gosh. Do you vape the Stamping Zoo? No. No. I may have told you guys this, but you know what? I'm going to tell you again. Now I'm looking for just the right brush here. I need a purple blending brush. And of course, all of mine are kind of, they've been one color at one time or another because they're reusable. And like, I just rinse them out, let them dry. So yes, we had a temporary office assistant for a while. It was during COVID. So sometimes she was the only one in the office. I'm going to give her that. And she was a whole different story. We won't even get started with her. Bless her heart, my grandma would have said. And so I'm moving that fresh freesia, kind of moving it into the bristles by rubbing it in a circle. I'm also taking off any rough ink so that when it goes on here, it's nice and smooth and you can't see any swirlies. So yeah, the temp, I almost said her name. No, the temp. Sometimes she would spray Bath & Body Works in her office. We sat kind of kitty corner to each other. So while I couldn't see her, I could talk to her over the wall. And sometimes I would smell this Bath & Body Works spray. I always thought it smelled like Bath & Body Works with a little funk. But I just assumed it was some, and I remember even asking her, what flavor is that? Okay. So then fast forward, my boss catches her one day vaping at her desk. Said person sees my boss come around the corner, and my boss was going into her cubicle to, give her something to work on, and saw her like hide her hand under her desk, and she was vaping. And so, of course, my boss tells me this. Did you realize I was vaping at her desk? And I said, no. And then I said, you know, it kind of makes sense because I told you what I told her what I said. I said, I'd always think I'd smell Bath and Body Works, but then it just smelled kind of funky too. And she's like, you knew she was vaping? And I'm like, I didn't know. I thought it was room spray. It wasn't room spray. Oh my. So anyway, yeah, we're a no smoking establishment here, but I do love that you can get your fix at the Stamping Zoo. Hello, Deborah. Happy Mother's Day to you. All right. I'm really sending it out to you guys today. I felt very lucky to be able to take my mom to breakfast. And I gave her a couple of really inappropriate t-shirts. I'm not sure if she liked them or not. She said she did. We'll see. My brother thought they were hilarious. And so anyway, and then I gave her this big thing of flowers and breakfast. You know, I didn't cheap out. But then, you guys, I'm going to, let's see, when can I post it? Probably not tonight, let's be honest. But I took a picture because I used all of our supplies to make her wrapping paper, her card, of course, and a tag for her present. And I even wrapped them in Stampin' Up! Kit boxes. So it was very much a Stampin' Up! Supplies kind of thing. I used that gorgeous navy with gold glitter ribbon. And it was either free with celebration or discounted drastically or both. And I was like just using it. I was ripping it off the spool like it was, you know, freebie, even though it was very nice ribbon. So I think it's really cool when you can use such an extravagant kind of ribbon on your packaging. Okay, I took one of the newer embossing folders. It's in a suite. I can't remember right now what it is, but you know what? It's really pretty. And I had this in my scraps bin. When you start looking at your scraps, you realize there's a lot in there. We're going to use it. It's 3x4. Perfect. Technically speaking, I would have run it across. I would have run it 4 1/4 if I were cutting it, but I didn't have to cut it. So there you go. Now, if you will take a look at this, you can see on this edge, and then here's the flat. Let's see. Oh, there we go. That's a nice comparison. This one's ink blended on the right. The left one is not. Okay, this is what it, well, no, that was not what it would look like. This has adhesive sheet on it, though. That's what it looks like. And then when I bring this up, you can see even more of kind of an ombre effect. And then finally, we will put our top piece. I should have looked that up. I don't know what it is. And then we did just a little bit of ink blending right there where it meets with the petals. And I used pecan pie on Daffodil Delight. Okay, going on a lemon lolly card with a beautiful stem, kind of just dry fitting it now. And then we can use 2 or 3 leaves. We're not going to use 2, we'll use 3. Okay, don't use 2. That would look really kind of like you just drew it, you know, when you were 4. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. And then you can put your little sentiment or whatever in here. So I think that is just clever and cute. Let's start putting this together. And while I'm thinking about it or looking at it here, I want to bring in a little bit of texture with that Lemon Lolly Baker's Twine. This is in a pack of Baker's Twine that carried over. 3-color pack. The item number 162759. So feel free to add that to your next order. Did everyone catch my video yesterday, May 10th, about cloud cover? And I did a little bit of a comparison. So if you missed it, I talked about cloud cover and I talked about the different ink formulations. What was causing the delay, what customers can get, and all that. So if you missed it, it's only about 18 minutes long. It was, you know, just a little quick talk about the ink. And it was also, I showed you how to re-ink or how to ink up for the first time a Stampin' Spot. All right, so please look for that, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. It's over on both, and I actually put it in a link in my email as well. So if you have questions about that, you can start there, and then you can ask me more specific questions afterward. But hopefully that answered the questions, and it answered my questions. I had to get all of the inks in my hands before I could make the video, and my order, my first order once the catalog went live with everything came yesterday afternoon. So that was very nice. This is when I got Coneflower Celebration. And so we can mess around with this a little bit more once we finish the card, but for right now, it's pretty good. We might want a little smaller. Okay. So I hope all of you ladies had a very nice day, whether you're a mom or not, whether you were able to celebrate with your mom or not. I just hope you had, I think it's nice to just acknowledge the women in our lives sometime. And so then let's take this piece. I think, yeah, I think it can be put down flat because it's just baker's twine, and this is already kind of embossed. So it's certainly not going to look like a speed bump in the middle of a smooth piece of cardstock, right? We're going to be fine. The weather is making my screen a little dark. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, oh, the other thing I wanted to do, darn it. Normally we would stamp on this card base before I put a panel down, but never you fear. We're still going to do it. I'm going to take this lemon lolly and we are going to stamp this random, textural, whatever, a few times, okay? So it's going to be tone on tone. It's rather light. Oh, it's pretty though. I like it immediately. And let me do a couple across the top, and then I will zoom you in so you can see that a little bit better. Don't even really need to, normally I would move the stamp around so that it doesn't look like a repeating pattern, but I don't know if it's even going to look like a repeating pattern. Isn't that fun? It's just one more of those little brilliant add-on stamps that makes your Stampin' Up! Experience so valuable. And then, of course, you can transfer that kind of a stamp over to, I would argue, any stamp set. Okay, anything that needs just a little extra. Hey, what's that? Use a stamp like that. Okay, let's see what we can do. We're putting this on dimensionals because, I mean, come on. It's so cool. I need to make sure, can I put the stem on? Now the stem doesn't have to be on dimensionals. The stem can be back here. And then it can go up behind the flower. I think it should be that way anyway. Okay, so we need to kind of figure this part out a little bit. So who else got Coneflower celebrations, or did anyone? Hey, Ruth. You learned about inking your, oh, good. You had asked me, Kim, how do I ink my ink spot? And what did I tell you? I'm gonna make a video. Just hold on. But I actually did. So you helped me to know that we should have a video about that. So that was very good. I'm glad you asked. And I hope it works well for you. The Stampin' Right marker definitely looked more blue than everything else. But as I said on the video, I'm kind of happy with all of them because they're all in the realm of being so close that, that's what we're aiming for, is very close coordination. Let's see, we're getting a little leaf heavy here, aren't we? But I don't know. As I said, I don't know that I like just 2 leaves. Oh, what about this? Maybe. Okay, so as I was saying, I stayed up too late, which is part of my issue. I began the movie Conclave, and I just finished it before I came live with you guys. I found it very interesting. That's all I feel like I should say. Now, see, now I might have to eat my words. Okay, well, anyway, we know where the stem's going to go now. So I'm going to bring in my liquid glue. Yes, it was very interesting, and it has a really, like, esteemed cast. Rafe Fine. Isabella Rossellini. I had to do a double take on that. I was like, what? Oh, that guy who freaks me out now. John Lithgow, who I used to really like, and then he would play this bad person on Dexter. And I really wish I wouldn't have watched Dexter, quite honestly. But anyway, he was an exceptionally bad person in it. And so now I don't like John Lithgow. I can't really look at him, even when he's trying to be funny. But he wasn't funny in this, in that he was a cardinal. So none of them were really playing to their humorous sides, okay? It's definitely a drama. But yeah, every time I see John Lithgow, I go, oh, God, no. I don't like that guy. Have you ever done that with an actor? The performance has been so convincing or hit you so hard that you're like, I can't ever picture him in anything else now but that. So yeah. Okay, now since normally I would like glue this on to this first in case there were any mishaps. I'm not getting cocky, but this has adhesive sheet on it. So it can't really go too far south on us. It's not like I'm going to get glue all over the place. Will I be able to peel this off though? It looks really, I hope that's what was on there. You know, I just grabbed it out of my scrap bin and now I'm thinking like, what the heck? It doesn't feel right. What is this? Yeah, it doesn't feel right. Is it? Is it not? Oh, there. I guess it was just really, I don't know if it's going to come off or not. What happened to this? No, that's not going to work. How interesting. Okay, well, leave that alone. We're gonna cut out another one. And where is that piece? It's right here. I don't know what went wrong, but we are trashing that one. I'm not getting fooled by that again. Now, like I have this weird thing. Yeah, okay, let's do that. And then we'll just put some pieces on. I've also been working from these scraps of adhesive sheet because just like scraps of cardstock, you get going on them and then you're like, okay, I have like 15 sheets of adhesive sheet worth of scraps. So we're doing a good job. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay. So sometimes they peel off and they're on the piece you peel, the sticky part, and sometimes they stay onto the piece that you don't peel, but you'll know. It's just a very thin single sheet of adhesive rolling across these 2 backing papers. And so just put it down there, okay? And then you can run it through the die cutter just as is. Regular sandwich, okay? Don't change your sandwich. And so I'm just going to run it through the die machine like that. Let me get my shim. Come on, shim. Oh, yes. You know what, Jean? I did not take my roommates out for WALK this weekend. I'm a naughty mom. But yesterday, I was running errands for like I don't know, 3 hours. Now I'm thinking, would I have so much to do? I mean, I went to grocery stores. You know the deal. You know the routine. My car was low on oil. I stopped doing random things. Anyway, by the time I got home, it was too hot because, as Jean mentioned, it's like way too hot in the West right now. And then when I got back today, it was also too hot. So they'll be happy when it, whoops, they'll be happy when it gets, goes back down. Okay, let's bring our blending brush back in. A little fresh freesia. So yeah, we got a little bit of a, let's hope it was a hiccup in the weather these past 3 or 4 days, didn't we? I had to go out and get my summer dresses. I'm wearing one right now. Go out to the shed. I was like, I have nothing in here to wear that's not causing me to be sweating. All right, that's enough. Lisa, quit talking about sweating. No one wants to hear that. Sorry, I don't know how to act. Okay, much better. What was wrong with that other one? Like I said, maybe it had been on there too long. Is that a thing? Anyway, that's okay. Usually I put it on foil sheets and I just never know when I'm going to get them off there. So that one was defunct in some way. Now, the petals don't match up to the bottom, which we like, but just know that you need to match it up to the top when you're adhering this, okay? And then lay it down because look, otherwise you don't know. It's all over the place. And then finally, let's put this on there and shall we? No, I don't think we should pop it up. I did not put adhesive sheet on this. So we've got the same issue, right? But I think it's a big enough piece, big enough kind of a rectangle that we can just put our seal on it. I didn't put Seal Plus. I did put Seal Plus. Well, that's crazy. Guess I had a light hand. I normally Seal Plus would just like rip up the cardstock. Okay, this is, see how this comes along? And then a little treat in there. Hey! Okay, and I should, you know, looking at it, I wish I would have ink blended in here, but next time. Okay, it's very cute. Also, I'm just thinking, I can't stamp directly on this now. New head. Oh my gosh, that's okay. I was thinking about die cutting this and putting it on the inside, like lining it. We're going to try that because I think maybe we could cut a little bit of the top off and then, I don't know, we're just going to see if we like it. All right, so let's take a look at these leaves. My goodness. Now I see why they only use 2 leaves on a couple of those cards because I think there's only room for a couple of leaves. I think it's just a logistics problem. I think 3 is going to take way more wingspan than we have. At least I'm not going to use the same ones. There's like a thin, skinny, green bean looking one, and then this fatter one. Okay, and maybe I want to at least have them kind of looking as different as possible. Dying to have a third one over here, but no, that's not going to work. I had to put my twine on here. Make it a little bit difficult. What about 2 on one side? What about that? You just have your grocery store deliver your groceries. I know, it's so handy. But I have to be difficult. I wanted like a certain bread from one store. That's not good. And anyway, I know. In fact, I started out making a list on Friday night. And then, as I told you, I was like, ooh, but I want that certain bread from the co-op. Sure, why not? I can make 4 stops. So, kind of complaining, kind of not, though. This guy. And I wish I could tell you there was like something I did. I think I did that, and then I came home and like gosh, and then I got up at 7 this morning. I didn't mean to wake up that early, but I was awake and there you go, right? And I was like, okay, I've got to leave this morning. And I'm going to be a while because breakfast on Mother's Day, you know, even we waitlisted it and the line was still like crazy. So I thought, well, I can hurry up and get a bunch of stuff done around here. So I did a bunch of cleaning. Nothing exciting you need to know the details of. It gives me an intense feeling of satisfaction though when I come back to the house and I'm like, okay, that's all right. And then I had to cook said food from yesterday, right? Prep. Do a little prep. I still have more prep to do later on tonight. Now that's kind of neat how the flour's this is going to be partially popped up. That I like. I think I'm going to do that, which means I wouldn't take this off. But let me see here. Okay, I glued that down nice and got it glued down nice and tight. Good job. Don't be like me. This is why you put together things with me. I know, two-toned leaves. Maybe I should bring in some lemon lime twist. What do you think? Let's do the bottom because then you don't have to watch me fiddle around with more adhesive sheet. Oh, I have so much Granny Apple. There we go. So let's bring that in because it has a lot of yellow in it. And I'm going to take these two. Good job, Amy. It was like I was going there when I was die cutting them first, and then I took a sideline, took a detour. Okay. But I am going to show you. I'm going to show you the new designs on the Designer Series paper packs in this video. I'm also going to show you this die set that I finally got that has been around for a while, and it's been on my list like, you need that. And then I would never get it. And then I would say again to myself, you still need that. And finally I got it. One down, 27 to go on my wish list. It's a good thing I have a discount. You can have a discount as well if you take advantage of the starter kit this month. That's a lot better, Amy. Almost looks like a butterfly leaf, doesn't it? Cool. And so please stick with me. I will tell you just how much you can get in a starter kit for free here shortly. But it's a lot. Might be the most ever. I don't know. It seems like it's a lot. But whatever it is, even when it's the regular, it's still a great deal. Because the starter kit is simply to get you started in your crafting, or to give you a little stash of products if you've got a long wish list. And then after that, you can shop for several months with at least a 20% discount and no other thing, commitment, obligation, nothing else that you have to do. That's going to be very nice, Amy. Good job, Amy. Team Canada for the win. I think I'm losing my voice. Team Canada. Team Canada. Let's go, Canada. All right. There. Ooh, that's so much better. Love. And then this guy. Now look what I did, exactly what I said I wasn't going to do. I was going to have 2 leaves. But it's so cute now. All right. You talked me into it, Stampin' Up. Dang it. You do this to me every time. I love it. It's so pretty. Sorry, somebody was honking their horn. Really? We've got some extra peeps in the cul-de-sac, parked out in the cul-de-sac right now, visiting. visiting other moms, I'm sure. My little neighbors, they're so cute. Okay. See, is that boy home? That boy across the street lives with his mother, and he's never left. He has a bald spot. I mean, like, time's ticking. So anyway, now I'm like, okay, oddly enough, I don't think he's home to see his mother. Like, hello? It's the one day you're supposed to be home. Well, you know what? It's absolutely none of my business. I hope they're having fun. Okay, this is really cute. Oh, look at it. That's gorgeous. Got a little stamping, a little dry embossing, the leaves. Now, let me try this idea I have with putting an insert in there. I almost want to make it lemon lolly because there's no other white on the card. Let's do that. We're already taking a risk. So let's see. We've got some lolly in here that I can die cut. Oh, I might get a new piece. Oh my goodness. Feels so extravagant. Oh, that's soft seafoam. That's not going to work at all. At all. Okay, this one. I think I found one more, you guys. Look. There we go. Okay. And so I will bring it over to you and show you. I'm not going to get a full die cut out of this, but that's okay. Because I really just want one side. I want to see if this will work. Okay, so I want you to put in the comments, what die set do you think it was that I've been wanting for months and months, if not a year, that I finally got? It's a standalone die set, okay? And that's all I'm going to tell you. It's a standalone die set. I probably haven't even told you I want it because sometimes I forget until I see someone use it. And then I go, dang it, I want that. Okay, this is what I die cut, right? Let's take this off. I'm going to show you. That's what it looks like. Now let's take a little more off. Let's go down to where this indentation is, this flat. And let's see, will this fit in here? Oh, it's not even. Dang it. I don't know. I don't know that I mind that. Look, what do you think about that? Would you rather see that when you opened it up with a sentiment on it? Or would you rather see this? What do you think? You tell me, and then I'll die cut it, okay? Because I didn't stamp on the insert, so I can't now. It's on too many different levels. Do you want to see lemon lolly or fresh freesia? Okay, you tell me, and I'm going to take a look at the sentiments and see what I can find. Okay. I put a couple of them up on, here's that really cute one. I love you. I love that I've known you for so many birthdays. We could put that. And it is going to be, I think we should not make it straight. I think we should face it kind of the way the flower is facing. So there are stamps for all of these. There's a beautiful butterfly. You can stamp the leaves and die cut them, color them, whatever you want. Of course, the coneflower, which we're going to stamp and use on our next little project. I'm sorry I missed your special day. Oh, that one's a little close. Let's do this one. I'm going to stamp it on here. And then you like fresh freesia, but if you use the yellow, then put a thing or a response. Yeah, some kind of a message on it. Okay, let me do that right now. And then if you don't like it, we'll just cut fresh freesia because I got too, crazy and put that down. Oh, that's cute. I love that I've known you for so many birthdays. So it would look like this. And then we actually could have It's Your Day down here. That would be really sweet. I like that idea. It's your day, and it's your day is going to have to be on a little, you know, I don't like to just cut. It's going to have to be like on a little circle or something. Okay, have you decided what dies I couldn't live without finally after a year and some odd time? Well, that's too big. I love the circles, but I think this circle is going to have to be really wide in order to do that. Could use. Oh, we could use this thing. Oh, so close. This one's going to take up some room. Well, maybe no. We may end up just freehand cutting it. But what, Amy? Are you kidding? Amy's hot on it. Mini alphabet dies, you guys. I've wanted this forever. Why did I not get it? And I had so much fun. I cut out Mom already. And it's so fun. So we're going to play with that sometime because you can cut out as many as the whole alphabet or as few letters as you want to. And it's super fun. You're very good, Amy. We are like connected today. That's funny. It's your day. We could try it on this. I don't want to like, it looks like a weird setup though, doesn't it? It kind of looks like a weird setup. I think we're going to skip it. Nope, that's for another card. But we can still put lots of cute things on this. You know what? I'm going to go ahead with the yellow, but know that that's how you can, you know, put an insert into your coneflower. Yes, yes, yes. Mini alphabet dies. And I'm kind of in love with them because of the size. Like, my gosh, you can put so much on the front of a card with these mini alphabet dies. They're wonderful. Ooh, isn't this fun? What a cool, different way to make a birthday card. And sure, we have a ton of embellishments to choose from. What did Stampin' Up! Use? None. Get out of town. They didn't use any, but they also didn't make a lemon lolly card. So let's see what we've got. Look at this. Look at all this real estate. Oh, we have the brass butterflies. Those come into mind. First off, I don't know that I love them with lemon lolly though. Am I horrible? Yeah. How about the peppermints? No. But I did use those last week on that sailing card. And I was like in love with it. So pretty. So, so pretty. And they didn't look out of place at all. I didn't think. Nobody told me otherwise. Oh, we have the rainbow dots. Those are great. Just they go with this twine as well. We also have these, which are Granny Apple Green, Soft Seafoam, Pool Party, and Shaded Spruce. And they are from, you know, my favorite sweet and yours. Totally Turtles. Is that what it's called? Totally Tortoise? I don't know. Anyway, that's what they're from. So don't miss out on them because they're gorgeous. Oh, this is my first time using these. I might be a little excited. Oh my gosh. These are pretty. And what color is that? That must be the soft seafoam. Let's see if it looks like anything though. It really looks clear. It might just bounce the yellow. Oh my gosh. Love it. And then let's use one of those up here. Oh yeah, we're blinging this thing out. And then a Granny Apple Green. Oh, it's so cute. I'll put an insert inside it. later. Aren't those fun? Look at the hexagons, everybody. Now they have a little, you know, they're not low profile, but they're not high profile either. And they're flat. Anyway, super cute. I love that I've known you for so many birthdays. What a nice, as I said, little unique way to make a birthday card. It stands. Okay, super fun. And I got to use the hexagons. All right. Oh, there's pool party? Oh, yeah, sure. And this must be shaded spruce. Don't forget these for Christmas. Wow. They're going to really, they're interesting, right? They catch your eye for one reason because they're hexagons. And we haven't used hexagons in a while. Okay, let me clear the decks just a minute. And then I'm going to bring in, what am I going to bring in for you? Let me see. Oh, that's what I was showing yesterday. Yeah, we don't need to show that today, but because you can refer to that video. Now, another video I'm going to make in the next couple of days is I'm going to show you all how to transform the classic craft pad into a memento pad. All right, so be watching for that. Another like must know thing from several of you, and it's once you make it, you'll wonder like, how did I live without this thing, right? Okay. What else was I going to show you? Oh, yes. The patterns on the new designer series paper in the color families. They're really fun. Very different from, I don't even remember what ours looked like before now. Like I totally blocked it, what our past patterns look like. So what I'm talking about is that we sell these 6x6 paper packs in all of our color families. So bright, regals, neutrals, subtles, and then the 2 in color families, 24 to 26 and 25 to 27. So I have, so far, I bought the brights and the neutrals, and then I bought, of course, the 25 to 27 in colors. And if you're in my in color club, you'll be getting 1 set of these every month in the featured color, whatever that might be. And so let me show you the patterns. Let's see if you can see this one. This is cloud cover, okay? So there's kind of a speckled, all sorts of, you know, cloud. It looks like cloud cover, to be quite honest. And then you have these cool flowers, again, in just different shades of the color, right? Then we have these kind of stripes. It reminds me of the stamp set that we have that looks like watercolored stripes. So there's that one. And then that is the back side of this one, which I think is very cool because I love the leaf image. And then they put these polka dots over it. So there are your, you can get these patterned papers in every color that we carry, all right? So anyway, that's kind of fun, isn't it? And so I think they're good to have because obviously whenever you need a patterned paper, if you have these paper packs, you will have a patterned paper in that color or a complementary color. This is Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger. Oh, Secret Sea, my favorite. Still my favorite until something knocks it off its perch, but I don't think it will. Strawberry Slush, I do love it, but I only love it with Secret Sea. Let's see, okay, so then anyway, the patterns just repeat. Oh, look at that one. Secret Sea with the flowers. And this too, frankly. So they're very nice, and you can shop for those online. They are in your catalog as well. They don't show great in the catalog, so I will show you where they are. So little bit if you want to peruse. Some things I'll show you in the catalog, and some things I'll show you online, because if you're like me, you go back and forth in between them, right? So I always usually start with the index, especially with a new catalog. And we've got paper. We've got designer series paper 6x6, and then we have designer series paper 12x12, and sticker sheets, okay, because some of the designer series paper has a sticker sheet with it, and it's sold mostly with the scrapbooking workshops, but you can still purchase them without buying the whole scrapbooking workshop. It's all pieces and parts, or you can buy the whole grouped product. Okay, so right here, it's telling me page 121. All right. Okay, oh, you know what? This shows off great. I must have been thinking of, I don't know, some other past year. Look at this. Okay, so you've got the 4 color families that don't change, and then you've got the 2 in color families, but they are all here. They're all new, right? So they're beautiful. They are $12.50 for 40 sheets, so I like that. And then, of course, some of these papers carried over this year, which is kind of nice because you don't have to start from zero. You kind of like, you know the papers, right? You're familiar with the papers. So that's kind of nice. You've got Splendid Autumn, which is like knockout for any time of year. Boho Vibes, that one is new. Beautiful Bokeh, returning. And also, you can simply, if there's a little red N by it, it's new. Okay, I love that they brought that back in our catalog. I think they skipped it last year, and then it was like, we need the ends. We need the ends. Okay, Nest of Winter, Turtly Cute, Perennial Lavender. Of course, our beautiful gallery, Thoughtful Journey, Country Woods is great. Goes with everything, just about. And then over here, some specialty papers, all right? The Regal Distressed Patterns. Irresistible Designs. Do you see this over here? Probably didn't catch your eye, but they did use this on one of those butterfly cards. No, one of the Coneflower cards I'm going to show you. But it has 3 different patterns on it, and it's like Emboss Resist. It says it's UV coated pattern. So it's like when you emboss resist on white with white embossing powder. So you can ink this up and you will see the pattern because it will resist the ink. The pattern itself will resist it. And then you have this beautiful, is it kintsugi or kintsugi? Asian inspired papers with gold foiling on it. Season of Elegance, which is gorgeous. It's whenever you want to use it. I can't even speak. Basic Beige, Cherry Cobbler, Mousy Meadow, and Pretty Peacock. That was my favorite one. I still have some. And then finally the Florals in Bloom, which features the in colors plus Petunia Pop. Is that right? Oh, let's see. Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling, Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush. What are we missing? Cloud Cover. Okay, so anyway, I swear that's Cloud Cover, but what do I know? I think Cloud Cover's there. Sorry, but I need a judge's ruling on that. Okay, so lots of good things in here, but the color family paper packs are kind of, it's a general recommendation for everyone, right? Because whether you are new to stamping or whether you have all the things, you're going to want that. Okay, let's take a look at stamping and coloring this beautiful coneflower. And I wanted to take my inspiration from one of those, they were called Pretty Parasols. So let's see if I can even do that justice. Okay, so you want some white, regular weight cardstock. You don't want to try and do this on thick because I'm going to use the blending brushes and it might not work out. And I think I don't want to use black. It's going to be too harsh because this is kind of a light colored flower. I almost want to use, pecan pie second generation. Let me see what that looks like. Not the best way to ink this, but I feel like I should pick it up. Okay, let's do first generation. Ooh, it's so pretty already, even when it's just the stamp. Oh my gosh, that is pretty. I gotta give that some extra love. Let's see what this looks like. You guys, I'm gonna show you both. It's hard to choose. Okay, see there's second generation. And then here's first. They're both gorgeous. I'm gonna use second. And actually I'm gonna put it up here because as I start coloring with the blends, sometimes it floods through the paper. So let's see, how do I want to do this? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stamp this here and then stamp it here. I wasn't able to save that after all, but that's okay. Isn't that pretty? You could just, that's fine right there. Doing that and then you're good. Hey, Holly, how are you doing? Very nice to see you. Okay, now I now have all the blends. Lucky me. I have all the in-color blends. And there's cloud cover, but I was using it yesterday, right? We're not going to use those today, though. I want to choose... Boy, that flower looks like it's really intense up at the where the cone meets the petals. It almost looks like it's oh yeah, it looks like it's some flirty with, let's try Petunia Pop. Yes. So I pulled light Petunia Pop and light dark Flirty Flamingo. Let me see light flirty. It's not that. It's dark. Oh, I need a sip of sustenance before I go for this. On the phone. Oh, your mom's on the phone? Gee, that's so cute. You're allowed to take that call. Okay, so again, I'm just trying here to do a slight representation of a certain variety of coneflowers called pretty parasols. And why don't I bring in the color lifter and see what I can do with that. Sometimes it's too much. Sometimes it's not enough. And sometimes, that's right, Three Little Bears, it's just right. Let's see. I'm also using my glass mat, which kind of extends the amount of time that these blends stay wet. Let's see what happens there. You know what? I feel like I just used one over and over and it's clear. I have no idea. Is it totally dry? I was just wondering that. Like, is that thing dry? I have no idea. Okay, and then which color is this one? This is light Petunia Pop. Now, the interesting thing about this is that it like comes down. The dark color comes down after the lighter. Normally, I always think of it the other way around. Okay, who's been watching Your Friends and Neighbors? I know I've talked about it. It's on Apple. I think I told you guys it was on HBO. It's not. It's on Apple TV. Oh my gosh. If anybody's up to date, just tell me you're up to date. You don't have to tell me like what you saw. Oh, I don't like this. I can tell you right now. It's too stripy. What am I going to do? What can I do? I think I'm just going to do my own interpretation here. I'm gonna do more of it up at the top and do more of a pulling it down with the color lifter, okay? Because that's not working. Okay. So yes, your friends and neighbors, it made me feel good and then not so good. But it's, oh, you know what? That other color lifter I think is dead. Because I'm seeing, do you see how I'm moving it across and it's immediately like pulling it, making it move. Bye-bye. How do you know when your color lifter's empty? You don't. That's the weird thing about it. Okay, now I did this cool thing in the catalog. I don't know that we're going to do all of the different colors they did, but either through colored pencil or something else, they kind of like colored all these different colors. That's not going to work. I can tell you right now. Remember how I said I don't have enough go-go juice? Yeah, I'm not going to color all these. What are you thinking, Lisa? It's 500. I'm using the marker that's 500. So it's not called 500, but it's the middle marker in the group of 10 in the naturals. Okay, well, it's kind of turning out kind of cool. And then I'm going to bring that color lifter in again. Also, when you're using the blends, they are buildable. So can you see I'm going over this with the same color? You will create a little bit of shading, even though you're just using one color of marker, right? So that's kind of how, I did the wrong one. Well, I was testing it. I was testing. See this part though? So cool. Okay, now that I tested it, it worked out good. And I need to start reading my book, you guys. It's called Kinfolk by Sean Dietrich. I say that because there's another Kinfolk. Haven't read it. Kind of a Southern literature, you know, Southern fiction type, if that's a genre. But anyway, it looks very interesting. I just need to get to it. Will I do it tonight? I don't know. I need to grill some burgers because I bought the burger. Stopped at Whole Foods yesterday and got that. So I gotta grill those up. I also made a little bit of potato salad. Now, these are things I'm just gonna eat throughout the week. I feel like I can take a little burger and potato salad for lunch. Kind of a weird lunch, kind of an involved lunch, but not really. Okay, now let me color this. Let me move this right in there. Okay, and so it's so fun. This stays colorless. All right, it's not picking up the color. It's not lifting the color. It's actually pushing it. So you're kind of, how you're coloring is kind of directional, right? Okay, so I'm going to bring it up this way because I want it to come up into the tips of this cone without me coloring it. I just want the lightest suggestion. Will it work? I don't know. It's softening. So you can see now it's kind of, see how this is like dissipating a little bit there. Okay, and then, so it's dark. I kind of want to pull some of it down here. Is this looking like the color, the pretty parasols? Not really. The color was much more, you'd probably have to use watercolor pencils, and that is just not my forte. I used to have it, whatever that was, and I don't have it anymore when it comes to watercolor pencils and blender pen. I tried it the other day and I was not very excited. So I need to practice more or just give it up. Okay. Blend some more. And I'm going over the top again too. Why not? Okay. Oh, I love Anne of what? What are we talking about? Oh, you're reading Anne of Green Gables, the series? That sounds fun. It reminds me of like Little House on the Prairie. I did not read the series. I saw it, of course, watched it. But that's a cool idea. Oh, shoot. Look, okay, you might be able to see it, but it's starting to come through just really lightly. You can see it right there. So I gotta cool it. I gotta stop. I didn't mean to stamp over that, but I did. That's how it goes. Okay, we're gonna stop. We're getting what we get, right? And then let's die cut it. It'll look better when we die cut it. Let's stop. It's blending. Stop the presses. Stop blending. All right. What comes on tonight? I don't think I have a show on tonight. My gosh, how's that possible? Oh, I know what I want to watch. I want to watch The Amazing Race from earlier this week, or maybe 2 weeks. I have it saved. So that's kind of fun. That show, I probably learned so much about different areas of the world from that show. Very interesting. And I don't mind the competition part because it's definitely about that, but it's not all about that. Like Survivor, they get all into their own personalities. I don't like that so much anymore. I'm sure I watched Survivor before. Now see, I did like a partial cut on this thing. So that's how you're going to make just a one-dimensional, is you're going to just use the die. No, this really looks good, actually. I kind of like this. Looks good. Hey, good job, Lisa. All right. So now, let's see. Let's do the little butterfly. They did that. On the other card, I was going to look at that. It wasn't necessary. Oh, I wanted to show you those UV papers. And I have to look this up every time. Thank goodness there's an index because it's just where my head goes. And it's probably from reading tax law for a million years. It's like, I need an index. Coneflower Celebrations, page 82. Okay. Yep, sure enough. Okay, so they've taken, this is a specialty paper right back here. Okay, and this is a specialty paper. So it already has the plaid kind of lines design on it. They just took a blending brush and just moved it across there really lightly. And again, that paper is Irresistible Designs. You'd never know it because it's hard to show that, right? Irresistible Designs 12 by 12 and the Regal Distressed Patterns 12 by 12. So those are just two of the papers and the ones that they used on the design. So if you're looking in the catalog right now at this bundle thinking I might need to have this, that's where those papers came from. And I also love this technique. It's called faux embossing, right? Because you use a die cut over and over, make a pattern on your paper, and this is the cool die cut. So I'd use adhesive sheet with that, run it through 5 or 6 times. It's not going to take a lot of cardstock, and then you just place it on another sheet of cardstock. Here they've used crumb cake for both, but of course you can use all different colors. And anyway, that would be a really easy, cool effect to do. Okay, butterfly, where did you go? Where'd you go, kid? Let me make sure I'm not looking at or stamping over anything else. Okay, now this, oddly enough, I am going to look and see how this looks stamped in pecan pie as well. Once I can find it, there you are. You're hiding. Oh, thanks, Holly. Holly says I like it. It's pretty. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Ugh. A brown butterfly? I don't know. We're still going to try it. Why not? Now, let's see. Our last card was yellow, so I don't want to just go to a bunch of yellow, right? We could do some blues would be pretty with that. How about some cloud cover? You know, I'm not quite sure where cloud cover fits in to all of the other schemes, the other color families. It does look kind of watercolored, doesn't it? I like that. I was thinking it did as well. So I appreciate you pointing that out. Because sometimes when you think it in your mind, then you go, I don't know. That's just you. Then when somebody else confirms it, then you go, that's exactly right. So let's see here. Cloud cover. It's so difficult. There's so many good choices, right? There's just so many good choices. Of course, pool party. I kind of think I want more of a greenish blue than a grayish blue. So let's bring that pool party in, and we could either bring in Lost Lagoon. Let's play. Do you guys do this when you are figuring out your color combinations? Do you just play on next to the image? Oh, yeah. And then you kind of just, you know, sidle them up here and go, yes, that's a cool butterfly. Okay, and here's the dark. I want to see what the dark looks like just for the body. All right. So now we're not going to do a bunch of shading because there's not a lot of room. Oh, hi, Leslie. You dropped your baby off at the groomers? Is that the dealio? Nice. You know, my boys just went in last Thursday, and they're looking pretty styling. And now's the time of year. Really, I've been thinking about just taking them in every 7 weeks instead of 6 because they're just getting, they're nervous Nellies. Now I'm going to come in, you know what, I'm just going to color this whole thing with light pool party, and then I'll go over different areas of it because this is the lightest of the 4 shades that I'm using here. Okay, so let's do all that with pool party. And of course we're going to cut it out, but you don't have to cut it out. You can just stamp all of this straight onto your card base. So yeah, well, I'm glad to know Miss Sally's going to go get taken care of in the at the doggy spa. Yes, it's good for him. And if you have a dog that doesn't shed, you have to. You have to do it yourself, or you have to take him somewhere. Ooh. So far, I'm just coloring with pool party, and so just taking this really simple little image and just bringing in your blends wherever you like. That can be kind of fun. That's really pretty. I mean, I don't hate it. I can see where I might want some light. Lost Lagoon now. Okay, so just bring a little bit of that in. It's very close, right? But not quite. It's a little different. Pretty. Let me do this piece. Ooh, that was a commitment. Okay, and maybe let me bring in the dark. Is this dark? Yes. Oh, is this already dark down here? I think it is. Okay. I feel like maybe this should be dark. Ooh, so cute. She is cute. All right. We've got a cute little die for that. And why wouldn't we? This is Stampin' Up, right? It's not their first rodeo. They know we want a die. Give us a die for the butterfly. We must have it. And so we shall. Oh, yeah. You know what? I like this stamped in pecan pie. And I wouldn't have normally done that. But that is always a good reminder for me. Just try it. It's just paper. It's just paper and, 5 minutes. Ooh, she's so cute. So cute. Okay. Whoops. Oh, great. There's a glue dot on my clear plate. This is pretty. I like that a lot. And then I have no idea where it's going. Okay, so I used pecan pie, right? Maybe I could put it on pecan pie with, let's see if this is too much. Not enough or just right. You're always, a dental cleaning. Yeah, that's different. I know. That also has to be done, mostly for little dogs or especially for little dogs. But yeah, no, that's more of a stress. Good. I'm glad you're here. You just come in here and we're going to talk about flowers and butterflies. Okay, that right there, I'm in love with it. How pretty. How pretty. Okay, let me get, I've got an idea. Just hold on. Hold on here. Hardin's perking up. See, you guys do that for me every time. Thank you. You do it for me every time. I'm like, I got a spark. I got a spark here. And then 5.5. Okay, we're hot dogging it. It's tall and thin, kind of like me, not really. And then let me grab Flirty Flamingo, wherever she went. And oh, now I knew I had some pieces cut. They just fell all over the floor. Perfect. That's what I love. I love it when it works like that. And I want this to just be a sliver on either side. You know what I mean? Like this. So, how big is this thing? How wide is this thing? It is, oh goodness. It's 4. It's 3 3/4. Okay. And we'll tilt it at a jaunty angle, right? So 3 3/4. I'm going to cut this one by 5.5. Ooh. And then this one, I'm going to cut at, do I want 4 or 4 1/4? No, I want 4. Doesn't look right. 4 by 5.5. Yeah, okay. Doesn't look right because we don't usually slice into a card base like that. Okay. And then this is going to be here, right? And if you wanted, you could just use 2 little, like 1-inch strips of Flirty Flamingo, if you wanted to do that. Okay. And then where'd my flower run off to? See, now I'm thinking I could cut the DSP down even more and have it coming over the edges. Sometimes you just gotta play. What I have it at, I'm gonna do 3.5. Take it down by 1/4. Sometimes that's like perfect. And this is, I don't know how you guys do it. This is how I do it when I'm designing cards. Sometimes I just go, the ratio looks off. What can I do? Right? Okay, and then this can come in here. And then this is going to be up here. Oh, that's so sweet. And then it needs its stem, or it's going to look a little odd. But you know what? I don't want to put a lot of extra colors in it. So I kind of want to just do it. I'm going to do it first in pecan pie and see what it looks like. I know it's a little weird. Sounds a little odd. Sounds like it's dead. But we got to try it for the art. Got to risk it for the art. Okay. What did I do with that? Come on now. Oh, I also want to stamp on this designer series paper with this funky thing, right? Because that's fun. And I'm not going to have leaves on this one because we're going to put one of those sentiments. Okay, where'd the stem run off to? Where are you? Hey, if you are enjoying this video, looking at me searching for things, please share with your friends, like and subscribe if you're new here. I would love to have you as my little crafty friend. I go live twice a week, Thursdays and Sundays. Sunday at 4 and Thursday night at 7, both Mountain Time. And so I just love to have you come along, and you can, coach me from the sidelines, like Amy has been helping me so kindly tonight. And Deborah's always a very good helper too. So I appreciate your help, and would love to see you on a regular basis. Okay, so stick around if you haven't been, and if you have been, thank you so much. It's so nice to see you again. Oh, Reuben sandwiches. That sounds good. But yeah, it's Mother's Day. Come on, man. It's Roz Day. Gary should have been making those Reuben sandwiches. Gary, are you awake? Sometimes Gary sleeps on Thursdays because you're in the Eastern time zone. He's probably awake right now. Yeah, I meant no disrespect to Gare. But yeah. So Gary, you should have been on those Reuben sandwiches, pal. Can't believe you made your queen work on Mother's Day. I think my mom was cooking for my brother. Okay, so like my brother, especially my middle brother, goes to my mom's like every Sunday, pretty much religiously. I don't, because they live over an hour away, and they don't start eating until 7:30 or so. And I'm a schmo. I've got to work. And so anyway, I miss out on a lot of my mother's cooking. And I just told her, well, that's nice that you're going to that you're going to cook for Cody tonight. That's cool. I hope he brings her a big gift. He better. Okay, does that look weird? It looks kind of weird, doesn't it? What can we do so we don't have this? Oh, I know what we can do. So we're going to put like a shape. We're going to put a shape in there so that we can just use the top of the flower, and we don't have to use the whole thing. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We need to ground it somehow, but not with its stem. Okay, sorry, you're just gonna have to work through the process with me here. That's how it goes. Sometimes I'm all ready for you, right? And sometimes I want to show you how the sausage is made. Maybe we ground it like that with the sentiment. Okay. Now let's see, do we have enough room for that funny little, I'm sorry I missed your special day. Let's extend the celebration. Take it. can I just bring it over like this? That's a large sentiment. See, sometimes I don't cut the paper. I just bring the die out so that I don't have to do all the work before I decide, yeah, no, that's not going to work. This is not going to be time for that sentiment. Oh, but there's It's Your Day. What do I do with it? Here it is. It's Your Day. The one I was trying to use before. And I was like, I don't think that's going to work. It works perfectly right there. Okay. So we just have to decide what color paper. Color of paper. I don't want brown. I don't want white. Something pink, maybe. Oh. Could we bring in Pool Party? I don't know about that with the, how about take this away? Bring in Pool Party and see if I like that better. I know. I know. You're shaking your head at me right now, like, just pick a color. Pick a color, lady. Let's see here. Pool Party. Come here, my friend. Okay. It's 4 by 5.5, I believe. I've got everything stacked up here, so I'm just cutting off half on the table, half off the table. I don't recommend that. That's not a good idea. Don't be like me. Okay. 3.5. Let's do 3 3/4. Let's make that slimmer. And oh, isn't that interesting how it just changes the whole, it's lighter, feels lighter. Now, let me just cut this out and give that a try. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I'm willing to cut that out and give it a try. And then, if this goes well, we'll use some pink embellishments to bring that pink in. Okay, let's try that. So just kind of stacking this up. This is 3.5. The Pool Party's 3 3/4. Both are 5.5 long, so they go top to bottom. Okay, and then this thing, ooh, it looks like just right. It's just over 3 3/4. I need to bring it in a little bit more because of our friend, the butterfly. But I can angle her a little bit more like that. And then this is not, I need a better sized block for that. I was just roughing it out, right? It's Your Day can go right over here. I like it. I like it. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to try it with Pool Party. I might regret that, but I don't want to bring an extra color in. Thank you, Roz. Ooh, Carolyn, you said use a pink stem. I just saw it. I'm sorry. That is a great idea. Let's do that. Are you coming to Stamp Camp? Are you and Rick coming to Stamp Camp next weekend? I'm going to send out an email later today, but if you are, you'll save me an email. Pink. You made him go to the store. Okay, that's good. You know what? That's a good trade-off. Because sometimes, like I just said, I had to run around for a couple of hours yesterday just getting things at the store. Okay, and you can bring this in just as close as you want. And then butterfly. Oh, it's very cute. Okay, it's very cute, very pretty, and it's kind of like Pool Party and pecan pie. I would not normally put those things together. I don't normally put those two together. So it's kind of out the box for me. You can tell me, do you like it? Do you not like it? Oh, your hubby and daughter are making you lasagna dinner? Nice, Kim. Very nice. I love that for you. And what time should we be there? This is going to be you and like 40 of your extra friends. Tell them to set the table. We're on our way. Yep. Yep. I like it. Okay, so this, we have enough going on without any, I don't think I'm going to do any twine, ribbon. I might regret it. But for now, no. Where's my seal? Did it go running off? The seal went walkabout with my take your pick tool. One of my take your pick tools. I know where it went walkabout. It wasn't here. I believe someone was unintentionally, walked off of it. And that's why I have so many extras. Okay, I am just kind of sizing this up to the bottom, and there's a tiny bit, right? But that's okay. So I'm going to bring this guy in. Ooh, it's hard to cover that up. Okay, now, did you see how I stamped on the front of that? I believe I did that, you know, added patterns. I believe I was inspired by this pattern where they did, we were talking about the leaves and then the polka dots. And then did you notice, like, I took this stamp and I stamped up here? I'm sure that's because I saw that kind of pattern on pattern on the other side. So you never know where your little inspirations are going to come from. It's very fun, though, I'll tell you that. Okay. Just a touch. I was like, oh, I don't even know if I want to do it, but it's on the top, so I need to. Okay. I'm torn, you guys, between eating dinner tonight. I know I have to do some prep for the week. I'm kind of thinking I want to just, I call it slumber party. It's basically when we go to bed. I may watch TV or I may go right to sleep. I'm feeling like we're going to do slumber party tonight. I mean, the dogs are already asleep. They are going to have dinner, and so they're definitely want to have some more sleep. And I'm thinking, like, in fact, I just asked them before I went live, should Mom skip dinner and we'll just do slumber party? And they kind of look like, yeah, Mom, we should. Okay. It's very possible that's what will happen. So then I'm like prepping. It's just funny, right? You prep all this food and then you go, okay, I'm done. I can't handle it. All right, so this is going to be partially up on dimensionals, right? This side. And this side's going to just be glued down onto the blue layer because it's already up on dimensionals. So I kind of just, I don't make a mark on it or anything. I take my finger and I hold it and then I flip it over and I go, okay. So from over here, look at all that. I'm so lucky that didn't all bleed through because I stamped on it twice. Okay, sounds like they're doing mowing somewhere. Really, on Mother's Day? Lawn's got to get done, even on Mother's Day. Okay, so I'm going to bring this kind of in the middle-ish. Oh, I should have put some glue underneath there. That's not going to lay flat. That's too much. I do kind of like how this turned out. I'm glad that I mean, I could refine it for sure, but it's good enough. I like it. Okay, and then finally our butterfly is going to come up and kind of wish it was over here. It'd be much more balanced. But that's not nature, is it? So just deal, Lisa. Okay. All right. And this, oh, and I'm not going to do it on this card just because of time, but you could definitely get your Wink of Stella out. That's like a beautiful idea. A beautiful little opportunity with the flower or with the butterfly, or both, frankly. Okay. I'm still stuck on those rainbow dots. There's Pool Party in there. I don't want anything that upstages our kind of soft. It's a soft look for me, wouldn't you say? It's kind of a soft look for me. Wow, look at me go. Okay, I need those, but then I want a couple more. Ugh, now there's Fresh Freesia, Pool Party, of course, Peach Pie. What is this? I don't know, but it's gorgeous. Lemon Lolly, Azure Afternoon, Bubble Bath. Here's the Fresh Freesia. What's this guy? I don't remember. But they kind of like sit between a couple of colors, so you can very easily use them with different things. They don't all have to match. We can coordinate them if we want to, but it doesn't mean we have to. It doesn't mean we have to, right? Okay. I need to flip this one over. There. And then here. And how about here? And then a couple more up by the butterfly. Life's short. Use 5 embellishments, right? Let's see. I want to do this. And then I want to move this one just a little bit. Oh, hey, it's cute. It's a very different. I have not done this. I've not done this layout before, that's for sure. It's your day. Okay, everyone, that was really fun. I could kind of like go with this. I'm just getting started, right? And but I'm not going to because we have more time. We will always have more time. But please think about adding this to your next order. You get Stampin' Rewards to use in a future order of 10% on every order you place over or $20 or over, all right? So every time you spend $20 online, you get 10% back every time. And then you just get to use it. You bank it. We've talked about that in the last couple of videos, but you just bank it. And so it's just sitting there for you. Thank you, Amy. That's so kind. Okay, let's bring the first one in. So you've got a lot of options here, don't you? All right, here's one just mostly die cut with some ink blending. And then here's this other guy where we were playing with our Stampin' Blends. And don't forget, these are the hexagon. I'm going to give you the ID. Shades of Gray, 165233. Don't miss them. They're hiding with the turtles, okay? And so here, don't forget to get some adhesive sheet. That will work great. And I cut an insert for it. So if you're wondering about that, just go back if this is, if you came in on replay. Okay, and of course I'll make inserts for them. And then this is our other one, our Pecan Pie Pool Party and Flirty Flamingo. It's an interesting color combo. Kind of liking it. Thank you so much for joining me today. You'll see me again on Thursday. But please like, subscribe, follow me. I will post still photos of these over on my Facebook page. So if you'd like to see them, you know, up close and in a still photo, you can find them on Facebook. I'm getting ready to do a huge dump over on Pinterest. I just need to make the time to do that this week. So if you follow me on all these social media sites, these are all these different places that you can find me and find these cards and more. Plus, please sign up to receive my emails. That's where you're going to get all the zoo news. And so the links for that and more are down below. Thank you so much, everyone. And again, as I said, I will see you on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Until then, Happy stamping!